we manage what we call service applications. The first important thing to understand is that there is no more thing like shared service provider. Everything now is a service in SharePoint. If you want to create new instances for these services in SharePoint, you can create them using the new option. And as you can see, we've got quite a number of such services that we can create. Basically, you can create any number of services in any number of farms. But creating the service is not enough. What you actually need to do is to connect to the instance of the service, and that will create you a service proxy. Once you create a service proxy and connect it to your SharePoint site or site collection or farm, from now on you can start using that particular type of service. Obviously, when you install SharePoint 2010, you won't get all these services out of the box. You will need to activate certain features for some of those services to become available. And probably the best example is Excel services. Excel services becomes available only when you activate the feature. Or, for example, performance point services is another example of a type of service that becomes available only when you activate that particular feature. In our case, the performance point monitoring server feature. Now, let's take a little look behind the scenes. And here I have my Internet Information Services Manager. And as you can see, these services are actually created in web application, IIS web applications. And the default web application for these services is called SharePoint Web Services. Under SharePoint Web Services, we have web applications for every single instance of these web services. And the one I was showing you, the Excel, for example, is this one. Let me just show you why. As you can see, the physical path is Program Files, Office, Web Services, shared Excel calculation. Now, there is a glitch with these services. Some of these services are independent services, namely that they run in their own application pool. Let me just close this. They run in their own application pool, like, for example, the security token service application pool. Some of these services are shared, like the ones that run in SharePoint Services default. Some of them have individual instances. Others will point, no matter how many instances you create, to the same file. Part of these services are already Windows Communication Foundation services, like, for example, the performance point monitoring service. Others are still web services, like, for example, Excel calculation. These are things that you have to be aware when you work with your applications and when you try to consume these services. In a few minutes, I'm going to demo how to consume these services. And before moving back to the slides, one more important note. You can add your own services to the infrastructure of SharePoint, which is, if you ask me, a pretty cool thing to do. That means you can extend the infrastructure with your own services. Now, let's move on